Assalamu alaikum, my name is Osama Ishaq and you are watching Solo Spark YouTube channel. So in this video we are going to start our course. So first we set up our project and then we will create a swipe movement for our player. Okay, let's get started. Okay, you can see I create a Unity 3D project and set up some stuff. So for creating project, open your Unity hub and create new project, then select your Unity version. After, give it a name like juice run and then select 3D built-in render pipeline and then create the project. After creating your project, go to file, build setting and convert the platform to Android because we are creating that game for Android. So after creating the project, you will set up some stuff like create a player, that is our bottle. I downloaded this model from the Pizza Poly website. You can also download, and a simple ramp and the water. This is just a texture, nothing else. Like I create a 3D plane there and just put a water texture on it. Okay, after setting the scene, so we will start working on our swipe movement. So create a script folder and then create a C# script, name it swipe movement and just open it. After opening, so first of all we're gonna create the movement for our PC, and after that we create for mobile as well. So first of all we create a method private void handle PC input, and there write if input dot get mouse button down and the left click. So what we want to store that position in a variable. So here we just create a variable and a private vector2 variable last touch position because it's save. This is responsible for saving last touch position. When we click on the screen, so we save that position in that variable. Last touch position is equals to input dot mouse position. That's it. And after we're gonna write else if get mouse button up, input dot get mouse button up. So we also create a boolean here as swipe or not. By default is false. Is it swiping or not? Yes, here it's true. When our mouse button up, so it's false. And then we're gonna check if has swipe is true. So what we want to do, first of all we need a delta value. So we create a local variable float delta x equals to our current touch position, like our input dot mouse position dot x because we only want to move it horizontally, not vertically, and minus last touch position dot x. Okay, after getting delta value, delta is basically the change in position, like how far our drag is. Alright, then we create a function private void for actually swiping our player, name it swipe player, and then here it's take a parameter delta x change in our position. So first of all we create a variable name move, and then here we calculate our position, right? Delta x multiply by our sensitivity or move speed. So we'll create a variable also for that. Here header properties and serialized fields, serialize, where is serialize field, private float, and name it moves or swipe speed multiplied by our swipe speed and also by time dot delta time for independent movement. So next we actually need to move it, so we create also a variable target x, float target x, and there we transform dot position dot x, like our current position of the bottle or player, and we add up here our move. Okay, next we want to clamp it, like not move outside from the screen, basically not move outside from our ramp. So we clamp the value target x is equals to mathf dot clamp function. Here we pass our variable that we want to clamp target x, and here the float minimum value and the max value. So create another variable serialize field, and here private float x min. Okay, we create a variable, and here we put for negative min and positive clamped value. And then after clamping, now we just apply to it our player. So we write here transform dot position is equals to vector3 dot lerp with the help of lerp function. It takes three parameters. First, our first point from where we start, we write here transform dot position, and then the second value where we want to go, so we're gonna write here target x, and then the time, the duration. So here we write here swipe duration, and just copy it and also create a variable. Okay, and sorry, here we need to put a vector because that's a float value. Here for x-axis, for y-axis we just want the actual position dot z. Okay, that's it. That's our swipe function that is responsible for actual movement. Call that function swipe player and just pass that parameter there. Okay, and then we also need to assign the last touch input, the mouse position again, sorry, mouse position. Okay, now call it in the update handle PC input. Okay, that's it for our PC movement. Let's test it. Just attach the script and put a swipe speed like 1, and minimum x-axis is gonna be like 1.65, I think 1.65. okay, and the swipe duration like 0.5. Now let's run our game to test. Okay, you can see it's working perfectly. So now we also need to add that movement for our mobile. So what we does, we just create another function, private void handle mobile input, and there we just check if touch dot if sorry input dot touch count is greater than 0. Like we check is there any touch on the screen. If yes, so what we do, okay, now we just create a touch variable for storing our touch position, get touch like index, finger index, and then we're gonna check if touch dot face equals to touch face dot begin, like finger tapped. So we just save that position like we does in our PC input there. Here we write last touch position is equals to touch dot position, like, and has swipe make it also true there. Has swipe, sorry, has swipe is true. And then we check else if touch dot face double equals to touch face dot moved, or touch dot face double equals to stationary, like our finger is dragging. Is our finger is dragging on the screen? If yes, so we also now calculate the delta here. So we create another variable delta x, and there we just our current touch position, yes, touch dot position dot x, and minus our last touch position dot x, same as we does in our PC input. And then we just call that method here, swipe player, and pass that variable there, and then also again update our touch position. And if else, and then else we just want to has swipe false. Okay, this is our mobile input. So in the update now we just tell the unity hash if this is unity editor or unity standalone, so call that function for PC. Otherwise just call our handle mobile input function and hashtag and if. Okay, when we are on mobile, so it's called that function, and in the unity editor it's called that function. Right, so that's it for our movement. Now check it again. Okay, it's working perfectly. And if in the simulator, yes, it's also working perfectly. Okay, that's it for our swipe movement. So in the next tutorial we are creating our camera controller and player movement. Thanks for watching.